Getting an interview with film stars like Mr. Kamal Haasan may be rare, but when it does happen, it can be a journalist's most memorable experience. And there's one man in Kollywood who stands tall when it comes to helping the press out almost on a daily basis, Nikil Murugan. Of course, as a PR person for a lot of film stars besides Mr. Kamal Haasan, it is his job to be in constant touch with journalists and the public. But helping him along the way are a bunch of gadgets stashed away in his car.
He is an efficient coordinator, an effective communicator, and an active catalyst in the Tamil film industry. Nikil Murugan is one of the first people to call when one wants to fix an interview with the who's who in Kollywood. Nikil's always juggling calls, dates, and schedules. Nikil manages to stay on top of things by letting fancy gadgets take over on more than one occasion. The tech equipments that he depends on for his day-to-day work, right from a scanner, printer to a computer, have been designed and installed in his vehicle to help him work on the move.
Since I am working with Mr. Kamal Haasan for the past 12 years, I was more into the technological advancement, because he is the person who brought everything one step ahead apart from others. Previously I was having printer, computer, scanner, laptop, everything separately in the car with a junction box and everything. So when work has to be done, I take into that particular office and put everything connected together and I used to work. And suddenly one night I thought, why can't be everything incorporated in a car? And I heard about a person called Rajiv in Coimbatore. He is having that Kit Up Automobiles. He is specialized in this. So I went with him, had a brief chat, and within 1.5 months he made everything ready up to my expectations.
Printouts of press releases, scanning movie stills, and even mailing trailers, Nikil does it all using his computer. All of it under one roof, his Maruti Swift.
For this car, we had a separate UPS converter and extra battery and everything. When I switch off the car, I can work up to 45 minutes for working. And for the running, we tested for more than 3 to 4 hours in idle. What happens while working for the computer. So 3 to 4 hours we can operate while the engine is on.
In a field where every second counts and where it's never a good idea to keep the press waiting too long, Nikil pulls over while driving and clicks his way to organize press kits before any function. He then burns a CD, takes a printout of the release and carries the whole press kit as he steps out of his car.
We had one plan that I have to work, sit with the driver's seat, turn left and work. Then if a driver is handling, I have to sit back in the work. And we incorporated that. And in certain point, I found it difficult that if you keep on computer changing and tilting here and there, while it's running, the jolting will come, the sound will come. So I thought of we can fix it permanently operating from the back side. So that was quite difficult. I don't mention it as difficulty. It's of alterations we made, that's all.
Nikil says he invests 30% of his income to keep his tech life updated. It won't be too long before he modifies his vehicle to a space flight effecting high-speed global communications and PR.
While Nikil's Swift is what you'd call uber functional, here's a set of wheels that will make you stand up and reach out for the jaws that would have just about hit the floor. It comes from the Rolls Royce stable, and Chennai is privileged to have an owner to have the first of one of its series. Now, Balsingh George calls himself the poorest Rolls Royce owner in India. Well, we can't really vouch for that, but what we can second is the beauty of the black beast that's presently lighting up his home. looks far from haunted, but there's a ghost in Balsingh George's garage. That's right, a ghost, a Rolls Royce Ghost. Balsingh is the first Indian to have invited this royal set of wheels into his heart and home in Golden George Nagar, Chennai. He didn't plan it this way, but Balsingh seems to be on a hat-trick here. After being the first Indian to get the Mercedes-Benz SL600 3 years ago.
If I claim that I have planned this out, it will be a lie. It was complete coincidence. When I bought the SL600, it was the first car in India, though we didn't plan for it, and the same with the Rolls Royce Ghost also. Definitely the Ghost will change the attitude towards the Rolls Royce. You will see a lot of younger people aspiring to own the Rolls Royce Ghost, and you will see a lot of young Rolls Royce owners in India soon.
The story of the Ghost, which the Georges happily received in March, started after a visit to the Rolls Royce factory in Goodwood, UK. The year was mid-2008, and Balsingh at that point thought he was too young for a Rolls Royce. But an invitation to visit the manufacturing hub of his dream car was too hard to pass on.
Owning a Ghost was not on the list of things that we wanted to do in the near future. Rolls Royce, we've always thought of buying after we turned 60. But once we went to Goodwood, everything changed.
And I guess the visit to the factory and the drive to and from the factory was the turning point. I did notice my wife's desire for the car, and I guess the seed was sown then.
Balsingh and his family haven't had a chance to drive the Ghost around town too much, but a few kilometers from home is the Madurai highway, and the smooth, silent, extremely powerful Ghost wafts through the traffic with vehicles almost magically giving way to this majestic beauty. It accelerates 0 to 100 kilometers in 4.7 seconds, is backed by a 6.6-litre twin-turbo V12 engine, and has a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour. The company calls its creation seductively simple and has maintained the classic Rolls-Royce specifications. The 2:1 ratio of the height of the wheels to the height of the body, the long wheelbase and bonnet, the short overhang at the front and the long overhang at the rear. But of course, it rests with the privileged owners to define how the insides of their vehicle will finally look.
Both of us love black, and the combination of chrome and black appealed to both of us. Balsingh made a trip to Goodwood to make sure that the interiors was also to our liking. And he spent some time over there choosing every inch of the car and making sure that the finished product was beautiful.
You step onto rather than into a Ghost, and the ones who are enjoying the drive the most are Balsingh's and Madhurima's 2 children.
One of my friends really knew more about the Rolls Royce Ghost than the owner's daughter. So they didn't really believe me. So my friends really didn't believe me first time I told them about the Rolls Royce Ghost unless I showed them the article.
My friend actually did not see the car, but they knew about the car, all of my friends, and they all wanted a ride.
The Ghost has a past too. It's a tribute to the legendary Silver Ghost, which was superseded by the Phantom line. The new Ghost is closely related to the Phantom. With a friendly spirit like this in the house, who says ghosts don't exist? Balsingh and his wife initially were readying themselves up for a Ferrari, and even now can't really believe there's a Rolls Royce in their home. The Ferrari looks like it'll have to wait because the Ghost is definitely going to stay for a long time. Now that you know the Metroplus show has a nose for all things beautiful, stay on to watch our Must Register ring in a new love story.